Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, finally situated, got the scoreboards in the right location, got 8 bowlers on the lanes. We're looking forward to an exciting week here at the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. This is Matt Cannizzaro here at Boardwalk Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Looking forward to a great 12 games of qualifying here as we get ready to whittle our way down, of course, to the 4 TV finalists at this week's event. We'll continue to get settled in here, get everything put out there on social media, and we'll have all the details for you coming up along the way. We do appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, this is going to be continued coverage of the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open here at Boardwalk Bowl. If you want the details, visit pwba.com/live. And we're looking forward to bringing the action to you here, have some special guests lined up perhaps, and more. So stay tuned, enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know on the official PWBA Facebook page. There's a live now thread there with the details of this round. So go ahead and drop your questions or comments in there, and we'll keep an eye on those throughout the day. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, let's meet our 4 players here on our featured pair, 13 and 14. We've got Kayla Pashina, Team USA member Aaron McCarthy. From Colombia, Laura Plazas. New to Florida, Christina Wendell. Bowling Center manager across the state. And our other pair, 15 and 16 here at Boardwalk Bowl. The newly married Josie Ernest Barnes, Team USA member. Joined by Nicole DePaul Miller, Megan Kelly, and local standout Christina Hardy. Again, this is the first of 6 qualifying games here on our opening round of competition. We'll have 6 more games coming up this afternoon. Players this week do know what oil pattern they're bowling on. It's a 37-foot pattern, 27 mils. It's kind of a unique looking graph. You can check that out again at pwba.com/live. A lot of good information there. Again, pwba.com/live. We'll have game-by-game standings there as they become available. No live scoring this week here at Boardwalk Bowl. Just a little bit older scoring system. So not a possibility here. Boardwalk will be on the schedule again next year for a major, the PWBA Players Championship, which we saw last week in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Well, that'll be here in Orlando in 2018. Alright, well, got some folks already tuning in. We do appreciate it. Just want to say hello to everybody out there in Extra Frame Land. We'll be here throughout qualifying today. Again, 2 rounds, 6 games each. Next squad coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern. About the halfway point here of game number 1. Players definitely have been challenged this season on the PWBA Tour, having to get out there and really make good shots and earn those scores. Nice variety of lane conditions, sometimes published, sometimes not. Last week at the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship, the pattern not revealed until the TV show, which was kind of a unique experience for the bowlers. Big winner there, Liz Johnson, taking home her 9th major championship and the $20,000 top prize. We also saw 3 other TV shows taped for delayed broadcast. PWBA Wichita Open, the Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open, PWBA Greater Detroit Open. I can tell you, a lot of excitement, a lot of tears, and that's going to all roll out during July on CBS Sports Network, so I encourage you not to miss it. great moments in PWBA history, and hopefully we'll see a couple here at Boardwalk Bowl. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Matt Cannizzaro, alongside nobody this week, Emil Williams Jr., keeping an eye on things from a distance. Jason Thomas in the house as well. He'll be getting some great video highlights of this weekend's event. So remember to visit frequently the official PWBA Facebook page. A lot of great information and coverage there. JT Video Extraordinaire, so he'll have some good stuff for you. Also have a recap of the action tomorrow night at PWBA.com. A good feature story there, kind of detailing the return of the 2015 PWBA Rookie of the Year, Stephanie Johnson. She really came to be the player she is, starting in this venue, Boardwalk Bowl, as a competitor in college, University of Central Florida, and as an employee here. Recently took some time off for the birth of her second child with Chris Johnson, the 2004 PBA Rookie of the Year. Kenzie joined their son Levi, but Stephanie back at it this week here in Orlando. Many of the players coming to town yesterday. They had an unofficial practice session last night, followed by a terrific pro-am. Then, of course, a real practice session earlier this morning. And now we're at it for the first of 12 games of qualifying. General manager here at Boardwalk Bowl, two-time PWBA champion Kendrick Gaines. Always nice to see her and her husband, USBC Hall of Famer John Gaines. Kendra in the field this week. Bowling as a non-member. Looking forward to a good showing on her home turf. Sure we'll see her come our way throughout the 12 games. Great shot there by Megan Kelly. We'll talk a little bit of bowling here for 3 in a row. Again, 37-foot oil pattern this week. Interesting shape to it on the graph, an hourglass of sorts. So if you enjoy or understand those graphs, you can check it out again, pwba.com/live. McCarthy trying to get on track here, but split on lane 14. 6, 7, 10. Great shot there by, again, a local standout, Christina Hardy, for the 4-bagger. Have to be careful here what we talk about and what we don't talk about based on what's already aired on TV and what happened last week at the taping of the 3 TV shows that followed the live broadcast of the Players' Championship. break there at 4. Colder Paul Miller on the spare. She's a hard-working player out here on the PWBA Tour and putting in the work, just waiting for that breakthrough performance. Again, if you want to excel out here, just gotta find a way to get to the pocket and make your spares. Number 1. Megan Kelly, 3 in a row, ends with a 4 count. Not allowed to say on the air what we call that here in Florida growing up, but it's a bad word. One pair to our left is Marsha Klumpkin, formerly Marsha Kamrowski. Grew up not too far away in the Palm Beach area here in Florida. So a homecoming of sorts for her as well. McCarthy continuing to struggle a little bit to find the pocket. Lucky to leave just the 6 pin there on her offering. Shot by Piscina on lane 14. Again, our featured pairs this week, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here at Boardwalk Bowl. And then we'll spread things out a little bit for match play. It's coming up tomorrow afternoon after the Cashers round. That'll be followed by our group step ladder. So different format this week here. This is our standard PWBA format. Those of you who tuned in last week from Green Bay, go bowling at PWBA Players Championship, second major of the tour season, at a different format in live TV finals, but we're back at it here. Great shot there by Laura Plazas of Columbia. Something you might notice looking at the roster this week or as you watch the competition here, some of our Latin American players, Columbia contingent, for example, Angie Clara Rocio, all off-site, competing for Columbia at a conflicting event, so they are not in the field here. Our standouts from Malaysia, Lee Jane Sin, CD Rahman. They have gone home to Malaysia now to prepare for the Southeast Asian Games, along with their counterparts from Singapore, who bowled the first swing of the PWBA Tour season here. "72 players in the field this week. 11 different countries represented, I believe was the final number. 11 countries, unofficially 10 international players, full field of 72. That includes 56 members and 16 non-members. And here we are ready for the 10th frame of our opening game, 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. First visit to Boardwalk Bowl. This facility, as you see it now, did not exist back before the PWBA Tour took its hiatus. Actually, it was a Walmart. Sizable venue, 100,000 plus square feet. So plenty of room. 80 lanes is the number. It's a split house. Here we are using the low side for this week's event. Game one getting ready to wrap up here. Christina delivers the first one of the 10th so you can get to 200. Plaza's working on the string here, stepping up for her first shot. Snaps to 10. Great shot by Ernest. So it looks like a few different opportunities to get to the pocket here on this 37-foot pattern. But a definite hook spot down lane. Right at the edge of the gutter there. See Piscina missing that one to the left. Josie going a little bit straighter at that spot for Plazas. Slow hooking to the spot. Josie goes high and leaves the 3-pin. Kayla finishes with 189. Plazas can get to 235 here. Megan Kelly finishes with 184. Josie finishes with 192. Again, spares huge this year on the PWBA Tour. Some challenging oil patterns. Here's McCarthy now. So she rolls it to that spot. And the boomerang back for the double. 10-pin goes for Hardy. Miscue in the 9th with the split. She still can get to 232, which is a great score It's a good score anytime, but expectations this week, a terrific number. Christina Wendell doubles up. McCarthy doubles up. Great shot there by Nicole DePaul Miller for the first one in the 10th. McCarthy can't get the 9 to go, but she's got the right look now. Got that hook spot down lane. If you get it there a little too soon, looks like the ball's going through the face, and if you miss inside of it, the ball's going to skate by the head pin. Players will bowl 6 games on this 37-foot pattern and then take a break for some. A little bit of lunch. Others a chance to regroup, talk about what happened over the first 6 games, maybe do some equipment changes, and get ready for 6 more this afternoon. But game number 1, Pacino 189, Plazas 235, McCarthy 161, Christina Wendell 217, and our other pair, Josie Ernest Barnes 192, Megan Kelly 184, Nicole DePaul Miller 190, and Christina Hardy leading the way at 222, folks. That is game number 1 in the books. We'll have game 2 coming right up. Players going to be on the move. Things getting started here on lane 5. Looks like we have 48 lanes here on the low side here at Boardwalk Bowl, but thank you all for tuning in. This is Matt Cannizzaro, live coverage of the 2017 greater, or just regular, PWBA Orlando Open. We'll be right back with game number 2, folks. Alright, and just like that, players making their way to their pairs for game number 2. Let's meet our players. Here on 13 and 14, stepping up now. We got Amber Vega and the aforementioned Stephanie Johnson making her return, both to the PWBA Tour after the birth of her second child with Chris Johnson, former PBA standout. So now 3-year-old Levi has a little sister, Kenzie. Stephanie with a long history here at Boardwalk Bowl and in the Orlando area. Two-time first-team All-American at University of Central Florida. Collegiate Player of the Year honors as well. Really developed her game here under USBC Hall of Famer Pat Costello. We saw her yesterday. Always a pleasure. Also on this pair, Leanne Vassbender and Kayla Bandy, full-time collegiate coach. And our other pair, we are joined by, from Canada, Felicia Wong, Jessica Barrett, Danielle Johnson, and Christina Roseberg. So good local representation here at the PWBA Orlando Open. You want to check out their roster, 72 players total. See if your favorite players are in the field this week. Great opportunity for Florida's fine young talents. Come out and give the PWBA Tour a try. Also be in the Sunshine State next week for the St. Pete Clearwater Open. Emil Williams Jr. back on the call. So 2017 tour schedule rolling on. This is our 9th event already. Feels like just yesterday we were hearing the sweet sounds of Emil Williams Jr. in Sonoma County. That was the end of April. Since then we've had the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open, the Fountain Valley Open, the USBC Queens first major of the year, the Wichita Open, Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open, Greater Detroit Open, and last week's Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship. That was the second of 4 majors. So now we'll have 3 standard events. Again, here we are in Orlando. Next week, the St. Pete Clearwater Open at Seminole Lanes. They were on the schedule last year. Follow that up with the nationwide PWBA Rochester Open. We'll take a week off here for the PWBA Striking Against Breast Cancer Mixed Doubles. PBA folks will be on the call there on Extra Frame. That event in Houston. And then we will be back for the US Women's Open last weekend of July. That's where we'll have the live TV finals of that, which is the 3rd major of the season, as well as TV tapings for these 3 standard events. our second game of 12 on the day. Bowl 6, take a break, come back. Both rounds will be on fresh oil, as well as fresh oil for tomorrow's cashers round. That will start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Looks like we have scores up already from the hard-working tournament staff here on site in Orlando. Leading the way, we have a tie. Indonesia's Tanya Rumemper, 247. Team USA's Danielle McEwen matched that feat, followed by Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Ballard, 246. Jennifer Higgins, 245. Danielle Vandermeer of the Netherlands, 236. Laura Plazas, we saw her here in our featured pair, 235. Local Alyssa Harper, plus 34, 234 starting game. Sarah Mensch, 233. Stephanie Martins, 233. And rounding out the top 10, Vassbinder, here on our featured pair, 225. And Amanda Green, PWBA champion, at 225. If you want to find those standings, you can visit pwba.com or pwba.com/live and get all the details for this weekend's event. Stephanie Johnson's return to the PWBA Tour, 193 in the opening game. Amber Vega had 176. Okay, the Bandy had 174. Good start for Danielle Johnson at 211. Jessica Barrett, 177. Christina Roseberg, 169. And the left-hander, Felicia Wong, 165. All right, Stephanie Johnson on track here with the double. In game number 2 of 12 overall. Break there for Wong. Breaking up the split. Get a chance to see a few left-handers here early in this week's event. Of course, Shane Pluhowski, the standout left-hander on the PWBA Tour. Reached the halfway point of game 2. Definitely a long weekend for some of these players. We'll have 12 games today. Cashers round tomorrow morning for 6 more. And then those who make the top 12 will advance to round robin match play. We'll split the field at that point into 2 different groups of 6. Everybody will bowl each other once, followed by a position round at that point. 24 game totals with bonus pins from match play will determine our top 2 seeds based on total pinfall. The leader of each group will automatically advance to the TV show. Higher pinfall will be the number 1 seed. The other will be number 2. And then the 2, 3, and 4 bowlers in the standings of each group will advance to the group stepladders. That'll happen simultaneously here at Boardwalk Bowl. And the winner of each group stepladder also will advance to the TV show. And seeding will be based on average for the weekend. TV show will be taped for delayed broadcast August 6th alongside the US Women's Open in Plano, Texas. So all finalists from Orlando, St. Petersburg, and Rochester will advance to those TV shows in Texas. So nice little way to help get bowling on TV and handle some of the expenses of the situation, to have 4 TV shows during one build. And all of those events taking place on CBS Sports Network. You can find that every Tuesday throughout the summer. 13 PWBA events will be broadcast on CBS Sports Network this year. So a great partnership there, and a lot of fun to watch those events unfold on the big screen. Game 2 rolling along here at the PWBA Orlando Open. Matt Canizaro, for those of you just stopping in, thank you for giving us part of your Friday. We'll be here all day tomorrow as things get exciting. As the day rolls on, Cashers round will be bright and early, followed by round robin match play, and then our group step ladder finals tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you have any questions, visit us on the official PWBA Facebook page. There's a Live Now thread showcasing this round here in Orlando. Here's Kayla Bandy. She's the head coach at Maryland Eastern Shore. High-profile NCAA bowling powerhouse. She's out here, of course, now that the school year's out. We do have a few teachers and other collegiate coaches in the field. One standout in the collegiate coaching realm, of course, Shannon O'Keefe, four-time PWBA champion, recently picked up a pair of national championships with McKendree, winning the NCAA championship and the intercollegiate team championships on the ladies' side. And the last time that happened was actually at Maryland Eastern Shore. Pretty good year for O'Keefe. As we're out here week to week, the opportunity to learn a little bit more about all of the players and their real lives. Many of them with full-time jobs. And the way the schedule is set up, it allows them, most of them, if they'd like, to work Monday through Thursday even. That's why there's the two practice sessions, one on Thursday evening and another on Friday morning. So if you can't make one or you want to make both, but this way the players can work through Thursday and travel, get here in time to get some rest and get on the lanes Friday morning. 2 rounds of qualifying, then all the action taking place on Saturday. And that gives them Sunday to travel home. Start the work week over. Many with very accommodating bosses, some running their own businesses, or as we mentioned, teachers. Now that school's out, have a chance to get out on the road. Each event also with 1 or 2 pro-ams. Great turnout last night here at Boardwalk Bowl. Sometimes those events happen on Saturday night, but again, leaving Sunday open for travel. Great shot by the left-hander Felicia Wong. So we mentioned Stephanie Johnson making her return to the tour this week. She also, along with having 2 kids and a husband and all of those responsibilities, has a full-time job, group sales coordinator at Plano Super Bowl. So for her to bowl well this week and potentially advance to the TV finals, which will take place at Plano, certainly would be full circle for her. This is the place where it all began. And then to appear on TV in her current home center would be something special. But she'll go home and back to her real life and real job, and now do the tour thing Thursday through Saturday. Alright, 10th frame underway on 15 and 16. Danielle Johnson started with 211, and now nice game here in game 2. She can get to 213. Christina Roseberg, first shot in the 10th. Light hits 245. She can get to 195. All right, we're ready for the 10th frame on 13 and 14. Vega's gonna step up first. Max score for her, 181. Stephanie Johnson still can get to 208. That'll get her back in the plus here after 2 games. Started with 193. And Danielle Johnson, she's gonna be plus 24 after 2 games, so a great start for her. Roseberg is at 191 this game. Jessica Barrett can get to 170. Felicia Wong figuring something out here nicely. In game 2, she can get to 233. So with the look here, just as a left-hander, looks like playing the outside part of the lane, a safe route here. Just got to get it to that hook spot. Again, if you get it there a little bit early, or you miss inside like we just saw Stephanie Johnson do there, it's gonna wiggle. So if you can hit it just right, almost cheetah-like, but maybe not as extreme on the outside part of the lane, but something I imagine the left-handers would feel comfortable doing. Again, see some different plans of attack, which is great on these patterns. There's not just one way to get there. On this pattern, it looks like you have to get to that spot though. So whether you go for the right-handers at it from left to right, or a little more down and in like we'd expect the left-handers to be. Shannon Plahowski, one pair to our right. She's working on getting into the 220s. And Amanda Fry, also a left-hander, a pair to our left. She's got a string of strikes going. So I feel we might be hearing those names a little bit more throughout the day. Plahowski, Wong, and Fry. All of them pretty versatile. And as they follow each other, able to creep a little bit right and maybe get something a little more pop on the back. 169, 220 for Felicia Wong, 191 for Roseburg, 213 for Danielle Johnson. They'll make their way to their next pair of lanes, and here we'll finish things up on 13 and 14. Stephanie Johnson, 198. So that puts her at -9 after 2 games. Standings were updated pretty quickly after game 1, so I expect nothing less after game 2. To our left, Amanda Fry, the left-hander, 246. Blahowski finishes to our right with 214. Final 2 players here, Kayla Bandy leaves the 210 on her second offering. She'll be in the 190s. And the end Vassbender will go to the bag for the fill ball. She can get to 157 with all 10 here in the 10th. Alright, Bandy finishes 197, Leanne finishes at 156. Players on the move. Game number 3 coming up next. 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. Rolling along here, getting close to the halfway point of our opening round of qualifying. We've got the 2-time reigning Player of the Year, Liz Johnson, coming our way this game, as well as USBC Hall of Famer Leanne Holstenberg. It's going to be a good one, folks. This is Matt Canizaro. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have game 3 coming up in just one moment. step out there for a minute, but game number 3, rolling along. Some superstars on our featured pairs here. Up on lane 14 right now, Liz Johnson again, 2-time reigning PWBA Player of the Year and winner of last week's Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship, her 9th major title. Holy moly. So already in the Hall of Fame, but still putting up Hall of Fame numbers. Liz Johnson. There's Ashley Perky up on lane 13. Getting ready to bowl on 14 is Indonesia's Tanya Rumemper. Also joined by former junior Team USA member Samantha Linder. And up on 15 and 16, started to shoot 240, one pair to our left last game. A left-hander, fresh out of Vanderbilt University, Amanda Fry. She's joined by Debbie Ayers. And of course, the Hall of Famer, mentioned her already, Leanne Holsenberg. Looking forward to talking to her today. A little bit about her season so far. She's been making some changes. Always a work in progress this game. Trying to stay competitive and do everything you can to make up for changes in equipment and changes as we get more experienced in life. Also on this pair, former collegiate standout Jess Lesagonich. So looking forward to an exciting game 3 with some talented players. Again, if you have any questions, find us on the official PWBA Facebook page. There's a live now thread already started. Miscue for Tanya. Uncharacteristic, but it does happen. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're just making it by. This is live coverage of the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open here at Boardwalk Bowl. This is Matt Cannizzaro flying solo this week. Emil Williams Jr. doing Emil Williams things. Taking a week off. He'll be back next week for the St. Petersburg Clearwater Open. He is watching from a distance to make sure I don't ruin his legacy too badly here on Extra Frame. Take a look again, pwba.com/live. We'll see if we have standings through 2 games. Qualifying round 1. Alright, and here we are. Through 2 games, our leader, Danielle McEwen, Team USA member, also a PWBA Tour champion. She is at plus 91, 247, 244. Very versatile player. Tanya Rumemper is second overall, plus 84, 247, 237. She's got a pretty good early handle here on this 37-foot oil pattern, followed by Jen Higgins at plus 83. The Hall of Famer Liz Johnson, plus 69. CDB, Carolyn Doran-Ballard at plus 61. Columbia's Laura Plazas at plus 50. Danielle Vandermeer of the Netherlands at plus 49. Missy Parkin in 8th place at plus 47. Tie for 9th, local standout and GM here at Boardwalk Bowl. Kendra Gaines, plus 34, joined by Amanda Fry, the left-hander. Nice to see Kendra bowling well. It's been since 2002. She picked up her second of 2 PWBA Tour titles. Still doing cool things in the bowling world, obviously, as the GM here. That is a recent transition from another local bowling center. She was on Team USA in 2010 and definitely staying relevant in the game. Just looking to service the sport and now maybe make a little cash here and get those competitive juices going again and consider maybe another run here at the PWBA Tour. But we'll talk about Kendra when she comes our way. Right now, it's all about these 8 players on our featured pairs right now. Samantha Linder is at minus 53 after 2. And to turn that around here with 4 strikes in the first 5 frames here of game 3. Debbie Ayers at minus 57. Lessa Gonich at minus 65. Holsenberg at minus 21, 38th place, to the middle of the pack after 2 games. And in a standard PWBA event, regardless of entries, the top 32 cash. So they'll be back tomorrow to bowl 6 more games for a shot at the top 12. Top 12 advance to round robin match play. So 32 of these 72 players will take home prize checks, minimum cash, $1,200 bucks. Nice little opportunity for just about half the field. 10,000 to the winner, 5,000 to the runner-up. Those 2 will be determined August 6th at Plano Super Bowl in Plano, Texas, part of the 4-event TV package, including the live finals of the US Women's Open. Coverage of the PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network continues every Tuesday night. Let's take a look at what's coming up next on the tour schedule. We just had 3 TV shows taped in Green Bay last Sunday. Coming up on July 4th, it is the exciting finals of the PWBA Wichita Open. I won't ruin it for you, but I can tell you history was made on that TV show. So tune in, see what that's all about. So if I was going to describe the next 3 TV shows, we got history made on the Wichita Open show, redemption on the PWBA Lincoln Open, and just some plain old emotion for the PWBA Greater Detroit Open, and those will air on Tuesday nights, July 4th, 11th, and 18th, all at 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. CBS Sports Network, set your DVR. You'll be disappointed if you do not. Trust me. Game number 3 here, rolling along. Liz Johnson stepping up, looking for 3 in a row. Liz made 5 consecutive TV shows earlier this year. She made 6 of the first 8. Unbelievable, the run that she is on. Looking to claim that Player of the Year award for the 3rd consecutive year. Unprecedented run that she has had. We saw her win the Players Championship live on CBS Sports Network. She appeared on 2 of the other 3 shows, so you'll catch her on Tuesday nights coming up. Great shot there by Linder, the left-hander. Former standout here at University of Central Florida. Kind of cool to be home in the Sunshine State and see a bunch of old friends and all the great support for this PWBA tour. A lot of league bowlers coming by to say hello and show their appreciation for having the top ladies in the world here. Again, they'll be on the schedule in 2018 with the PWBA Players Championship. All made possible by former tour standout Kendra Gaines. She said it last night. As a former player, she knows what it's like to experience a great event, and she wants to give that to this generation of PWBA players. It even comes down to the little things like snacks and water in the locker room. Last night there was a little reception for the players in the lounge area, some food and drink after a long day of travel and practice. Have a correction from Mr. Williams checking in. I'd like to say I was seeing if he was paying attention, but it was my mistake. Samantha Linder from Florida, but I went to Wichita State, so. Mr. Williams, keep your tabs, appreciate you. Got to see Linder in the youth leagues and tournaments here in the Sunshine State. Before moving on to Wichita and Junior Team USA. So now that we're back on track, Get ready for the final couple frames here. Liz Johnson came back after that split conversion. Showing off for the TV crowd here on Extra Frame, and Liz doing cool things. It's nice to have a chat with her last week in Green Bay about some of the behind-the-scenes things that it takes to compete at this level. Not only bowling-wise, of course, you got to throw good shots and make spares, but just the regimen. You know, what you have to eat and drink throughout the day to get through 12 games. We did have a local bowler put it into perspective for us a little bit. She said she bowled the Queens in Green Bay in 2015, and while she can go all day long working, bowling 1 or 2 leagues, going out after having dinner and a drink, and go home and get some rest and wake up feeling good. 5 intense games at the Queens wore her out. So now multiply that. Instead of 5 games, we've got 2 6-game blocks per day here in qualifying. So it's a little bit of a sprint. And as Claire Guerrero described, if you just wake up and you're feeling a little bit off that day, not a lot of time to figure it out. You got a little break in between blocks. But the wear and tear, 12 intense games, can take its toll. And then for 32 of the players are going to come back and do it again tomorrow. Definitely takes dedication, endurance. Nutrition, hydration. Some of these players very strict when it comes to the workouts and what they eat while they're on the road. But anyway, enough babble. Here we are, getting ready for the 10th frame, game number 3, PWBA Orlando Open. And Holstenberg up on lane 16 momentarily. We'll start the 10th frame here on our featured pairs. Holstenberg up for the 10th frame. She can get to 196. I think staying around that 200 mark will be about right this week. Right now, after 2 games, minus 15 is the number. This year on the tour, 200, great number. Holstenberg with the spare, she can get to 185. Good scores to our left. Kelly Kulik with a string of strikes, but with this scoring system, a little hard to tell what's going on if you're not watching from the start. Jess Lesagonich, second shot in the 10th here. So you can get to 173. Drills that one. Great shot for Jess. mixes them up. 185 finishing score for her. Gonna have a little bit of work to do. She was just outside the cut number after 2 games at -21, so tack on another 15. Ganesh finishes with 171. Now a chance to look at a couple left-handers here in Linder and Fry right next to each other. Next score for Linder this game, 236. Terrific shot, 7 won't go. In the miscue for Linder. Finishes with 204. Liz Johnson one more here. Gets her to 214. And things coming to a close on 15 and 16. Holstenberg 185, Lesaganis 171, Ayers 203, and Amanda Fry 182. So a little bit of a roller coaster for her, but in good position here after 3 games. And on 13 and 14, Johnson 211, Linder 204. And now Perky and Rumenberg are going to finish things up. Ashley, 188. Tiny going to step up here for the fill ball, 193 possibility. We're cruising along here. Continued coverage. 2017 PWBA Orlando Open, 193 for Tanya. And that is going to do it for game number 3 in the books. Players on the move once again. Game number 4 coming up. They've been pretty quick, so we'll have them headed our way here in just one moment. Folks, this is Matt Canizaro. Thank you for tuning in. Game number 4 right around the corner. right back. now we're ready for game number 4 of 6. Reached the halfway point of today's opening round of qualifying at the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. This is Matt Cannizzaro, back half of this block coming up now on 13 and 14. Stepping up now on the left lane, Blair Blumenside. Also got Krista Sant. A couple of international players, Stephanie Martins of Brazil. And our 2017 USBC Queens champion, Diana Zavjalova from Latvia. So, 11 countries represented in the field this week. 10 international players, all unofficial tallies as we prepare for Orlando Open TV notes. And to our right, we've got Katie Stark, former Team USA member Ashley Galante, Women's Championship singles leader Taylor Bolthice, and our school teacher from Wyoming, Sabrina Divis. You have standings up after 3 games. Leading the way, a youngster from Colombia, Laura Plazas, bowling as a non-member this week. She's at plus 117, edging out Danielle McEwen, who is at plus 106. Plazas at 267 in game 3 to jump into the top spot. McEwen 247, 244, 215 in game 3. Hall of Famer CDB jumping back into 3rd place at plus 104. Kelly Kulik, we mentioned her last game, get some applause. She had 279, moves into 4th place at plus 91. Liz Johnson happened right here on our featured pair. Liz in 5th place. Superstars all around. USBC's Michael Larson back home in Central Florida. And finest left-hander, 1 of 2. Doug Becker, saw Jason Couch yesterday. We're surrounded by talent here in our live stream booth. Going back to the standing, 6th place, Rumenper, plus 77. Danielle Vandermeer at plus 60, tied with Jen Higgins. Kendra Gaines hanging around after a 186 start. GM here at Boardwalk Bowl, 248, 225. She's at plus 59, tied with Jackie Carpenetto. Cut number after 3 games, Brianna Cote at plus 2. So again, being around 200. Going to be excellent news, I think, for the rest of today. We'll get some expert insight as the day unfolds here. Again, many superstars walking by, and folks way smarter than me. Just outside the cut number right now, Stephanie Johnson. I mentioned her homecoming not only to PWBA Tour, but to Central Florida and Boardwalk Bowl. She is 33rd at minus 7. Let's take a peek at the rest of our players here on our featured pairs. Stephanie Martins, 20th at plus 22. Diana is at plus 10 in 25th place. Blair is at minus 41 in 46th place with a little bit of work to do here. Galante, minus 62, down in 57th place. Davis at minus 48. She is tied for 48th place. Katie Stark at minus 53 is 53rd. Both dice tied for 60th at minus 69. Follow the action, standings, visit pwba.com/live. Game by game. Scores were updated this game before some of the players even moved to their next pairs, so great work by the tournament staff here. Tania Milligan, the tournament director. And her right-hand person, Kathy Wadka. Selling the merchandise here this week, Kathy Kavicki. Visit shoppwba.com for all the great merchandise. Again, Jason Thomas in the house with the video camera. Getting highlights for you for official PWBA Facebook page. Not too far away from the Kegel Training Center. So some of the talented players from Weber International in the building. Team USA member Matt Russo is here. Of course, the Weber connection to Diana Z, national champion for the Warriors. Also one pair to our left, Daria Payuk. Verity Crawley. Stephanie Martins also bowled collegiately at Weber International. Great international success for that program. Ashley Galante spent some time there as well. So Weber attracting and turning out some great players. Nice break there for Martins as she rolls the 2 for the double. Divis denied a double of her own, but very talented up-and-coming player. We saw her in match play last week at the Players' Championship. She's also spent some time behind the scenes here on Extra Frame. Very well-spoken special education teacher. She's doing great things during the school year and then taking the summer to come out here and join us on the PWBA Tour. Great shot, horrible result there for Krista Sant. She crushes the 8-pin there on lane 13. So halfway through game 4. 6 games of qualifying this afternoon now, here at Boardwalk Bowl. Take a short break, get the lanes freshly oiled. This challenging 37-foot oil pattern, and we'll be back at it this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern for 6 more games, after which we'll cut the field down from 72 to the top 32. For tomorrow morning's Cashers round, we'll have that for you at 8:30 Eastern. 18 game pinfall totals will determine the 12 players who advance to round robin match play schedule, and all the details can be found on PWBA.com. And updated standings, again, PWBA.com/live. Nice pick up there for Galante. Three, 9, 10. She's at Dutch 200 pace here through 5 frames. Yet to strike on the right lane. Spares definitely will keep you in it here this week at Boardwalk Bowl. Terrific center here in Orlando. Again, used to be a Walmart. 100,000 plus square feet. 80 lanes. They've got one side going right now with a variety of open bowlers there on the high side. We're down here on the low side. Split house, so it looks like 48 on this side. Long way down from here to the end. All pairs this week with 4 players. Comfortable pace of play. Things are moving along. We kicked off at noon. Looking at about 35, 40 minutes per game. Not a huge amount of strikes being thrown, but good spare shooting there. On display by Galante. Clean through 6. Shot by Diana, but the 10 won't go. We've seen her throw a lot of great shots, including winning the 2017 USBC Queens in Baton Rouge. 2-time Queens champion now. Great spare shooter, always a contender. Over on 15. Both eyes looking for 3 in a row here. And the light hit. Lucky to leave just the 10. Again, not seeing a lot of strings of strikes here this week so far. Plenty of time though for the players to comfortable, and at times we'll head off to the lunch break and come back with a new mindset, sometimes even new equipment, surface changes, a variety of different ways to find success. At initial count, 11 countries represented here. USA, England, Australia, Brazil, Poland, Colombia, Germany, Indonesia, Netherlands, Canada, and Latvia. We've seen a lot of great international representation and success on the PWBA Tour since its return in 2015. Recent stretch. Not domination, but some terrific performances by the players of Malaysia. We'll see some more out of them on the upcoming TV shows on CBS Sports Network Tuesdays at 8 p.m. CT Raman, Lee Jane Sin. Don't want to spoil anything for you yet, but again, 3 pretty awesome TV shows. TV finals of this PWBA Orlando Open will be taped for delayed broadcast August 6th as part of the U.S. Women's Open. 4 TV shows that day as well. Spread those out throughout August. Again, everything on CBS Sports Network. 13 of the 14 events on the schedule televised. Tournament leader after 3 games, Laura Plazas. Her Colombian teammates on the road this week, so not in town with us here in Orlando, but another event competing against the other Latin American countries. Actually at the Central American Championships. Clara Rocio, Angie Ramirez, Maria Jose Rodriguez. Best of luck to them down in Guatemala. We'll see them again next week, I'm sure. St. Petersburg Clearwater Open. Seminole Lanes on the west coast of Florida. So coast to coast, a lot of players sticking around for the week, enjoying all the Sunshine State has to offer, whether it's some time at one of the Disney properties, maybe some time on the beach, much needed sun and fun. Final frame getting underway here. Game number 4. Our 6th game opening round. Savialova stepping up on 13. She can get to 194. Great shot there, first hitting the 10th. All right, wrapping up game 4. Sorry, got a special visit from my former collegiate coach, Michael Paiva, stopping by to check on former teammate Marcia Kamrowski, now Marcia Klumpkin. Got some other former friends and teammates coming by throughout the weekend, so looking forward to that. Also, looking forward to seeing Ashley Galante's next shot. She doubles up in the 10th, so you can get to 215. Both ice also doubling up, 214 max for her. Nice effort for Krista Sant here in game 4. 201. Diana Z finishes with 3 in the 10th for 194. like we might have a country to add to our list. Carmen Aguiar coming our way. It says Venezuela under her name. .214 for Galante, both eyes 213. Stephanie Martins finishes up with 182. Blumenscheid, final shot coming up here, 167 max. Rita Divis, tough break there. Second shot in the 10th, so you can get to 204 with a spare conversion here. .164 for Blair, 203 for Divis, 167 for Katie Stark, and just like that, 4 games down, 2 to go before we take a break, get the lanes re-oiled for our evening squad. Some of the best female bowlers in the world doing their thing here at Boardwalk Bowl in Orlando, 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. This is Matt Cannizzaro. Full house here at Boardwalk Bowl. Looking forward to game number 5 coming up here in just a minute, folks. Thanks for tuning in again. If you have any questions, you know where to find us on social media. The official PWBA Facebook page. A lot of great information and highlights there, so check it out. Coming our way here in game 5, it looks like Kendra Gaines, 2-time PWBA champ, and the general manager here at Boardwalk. So perhaps we can get John Gaines to check in and give us a heads up on what he's seeing out here, watching his wife make her way through the bowling center, as well as some other players he coaches. So we'll check in with him. We'll have game 5 coming up in just a minute. And the players wasting no time getting to our featured pairs here for game number 5. Some very familiar names. Stepping up on lane 13, Samantha Shaden. I always talk about her perfect game at the US Open a couple of years back now. She made a run in Fountain Valley. Actually had the highest game of that event, 286, if I'm not mistaken. She's joined on our featured pair by Kendra Gaines, mentioned her already. The GM here at Boardwalk, responsible for the event coming here. On the schedule for 2 years. Also got Jen Higgins. Jen waiting for that breakthrough performance. She's been on a handful of TV shows in her career. Has joined PWBA and ready to make things happen. Her husband Dan, a standout. The USBC Open Championships, picked up a title last year, made some noise in 2017. And also on this pair, Women's Championships titleist, Danielle Vandermeer from the Netherlands. So a nice mix of talent here on 13 and 14, one pair over. Couple more standouts. Summer Jasmine. She's always in and around that cash number here on the PWBA Tour. Also rolled a perfect game at the USBC Open Championships. Her name on a very short list there. And we've got another women's championships titleist, and Brooke Bauer, stepping up on lane 16. Some Hall of Fame lineage there for the Bauer family. Also on this pair, another WC titleist and all events record holder Jody Westner, bowled 23:30 to win all events in 2010. And again, final bowler on this pair, Carmen Aguiar. Take a look at the standings now after 4 games. CDB waiting for things to fall into place, and it looks like it's happening here early in the Orlando Open. She now is the tournament leader at plus 148. 3 240 games. In her 4 games so far today, plus 148. Danielle McEwen second at plus 121. Laura Plazas at 120. Kelly Kulik at plus 87 is 4th. Missy Parkin plus 83. Hall of Famer Liz Johnson plus 77 is 6th. Kendra Gaines gaining some steam, moving up to 7th place at plus 76. Great showing so far for her. Definitely a lot of pressure with wanting the event to go well, wanting everything in the center to run properly. And still concentrate on bowling at the same time. But that is why she is such a talented multitasker and likely a future Hall of Famer as well. 8th place, Danielle Vandermeer here in our featured pair at plus 75. Christina Wendell is 9th at plus 74. And the left-hander, Shannon Bluchowski, is 10th at plus 71. Just outside looking in, Jen Higgins, right here in our featured pair, is plus 67. Shaden is 23rd at plus 28, so comfortably inside that cash number. Although I don't know if you're ever comfortable until it's official. Brooke Bauer, 42nd and minus 48. Summer Jasmine is 45th at minus 54. Carmen Aguiar at minus 64 is tied for 49th place. Jody Wessner is 51st at minus 65. If you'd like to look up your favorite player, visit pwba.com/live and get the details there. Again, this is game 5 overall of 12. 5 of 6 here on the first round of qualifying. Next round coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern. That'll be live here on Extra Frame. As we roll along, definitely want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors and supporters here on the PWBA Tour. Smithfield, Pepsi, Go Bowling, of course all of the great industry support from our many ball companies. Nationwide, can't forget those folks, they'll be the title sponsor, the Nationwide PWBA Rochester Open. AMF, title sponsor on our season opening event. Cubica AMF PWBA Sonoma County Open. And the season will conclude September 3rd through the 6th in Richmond, Virginia, the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. The road to Richmond. Going to be a good time. Richmond International Raceway. So for the race fans out there, it'll be a nice little crossover event. I know a lot of the players looking forward to it. Recently, by recently I mean within the last hour, talked to one of this season's winners. I can't tell you who it was because you don't know her yet. It hasn't happened yet on TV, so until it happens there, it's off the table for topics of conversation, but all of the winners from the 2017 season advance to the Tour Championship. 16 spots available, so a lot of excitement and pressure there to get one of those spots, and then if there's multiple winners, and of course for the fact that there's only 14 events, beyond the winners, they'll take the prize list, or the points list, sorry, and fill in the rest of the field there. So to get a spot there, that is the ultimate goal. An excellent event, very cool format. And to get there, it takes a little bit of pressure off. And that particular winner, excited to earn that spot. Now can not necessarily cruise through the rest of the season, but feel a little more relaxed knowing that that business is taken care of, as well as the victory. Sometimes once that door opens, good things continue to happen. Sounds like we have a pretty terrific crowd on hand here in Central Florida. It's a beautiful day outside, but we're getting close to that time of day where the sporadic Florida showers might be coming by, but 150 plus in the house here at Boardwalk Bowl. Again, we had a few league bowlers stop by and let us know how excited they were to have the ladies here. They've had a few PBA regional events and different things now that Kendra Gaines is on site and trying to make some of that tournament bowling happen. League bowlers excited about getting to meet some of their favorite players. Had a program last night, was terrific as well. So thanks to the staff here at Boardwalk, Kendra and company, for all their hard work in getting ready for the PWBA Tour. Now we'll see if Kendra can get the job done on the lane. She's about to step up on lane 14. She's up in the top 10 after 4 games. So handling double duty pretty well. And a great shot there for Kendra. The crowd goes wild. Nice shot by Aguiar for the 3-bagger. For the open in the second frame. Some good momentum there. Right now, everybody chasing the Hall of Famer, Carolyn Doran Ballard. I believe she's been making some equipment changes. Something you have to do to keep up with physical changes. CDB averaging 237 through 4 games. She's at plus 148. Setting the pace, Danielle McHugh in second at plus 121. Laura Plaza's third at plus 120. right, Mr. Gaines offering the tips. Kendra, John, as imposing as he might be, is a really funny guy. Said his advice to Kendra right now, go back to being the manager, but only in jest, of course. Kendra very well prepared for this event. Wanted to have a good showing. And doing so far through 4 games, she's at plus 76 in 7th place. So just a little bit of a hiccup here in game number 5. It's going to happen. Still a long way to go in this 12-game day of qualifying. Shot by Bauer, giving that washout a run. Sure we'll see some interesting combinations of pins throughout the weekend. Trick shots. Some players already on the move, heading our way for game number 6. Things not going well here for Mrs. Gaines. Here's Vandermeer looking for 3 in a row up on lane 13. High, leaves just the 4 though. Again, from what we're seeing from back here, a few different ways to attack this 37-foot oil pattern. Some players choosing to go a little bit straighter. Others slow hooking it to that spot down lane. I think that's the important part, of course. The break point. Able to get there from a variety of angles, so a very well designed challenge for the players. Doesn't favor one style over another. Just have to make good consistent shots, make your spares, and you're gonna be in it. So looking at the standings after 4, the cut line right now is at +4. So 201 average. 3 players actually tied for 30th place. Just outside Christina Roseberg. +2. Amanda Green is at -4. Amanda Fry -14. A little bit of a drop off. Good shot, tough break there for Bauer on 15, leaving the 4-9. Sorry, make the washout on that lane. Last shot, last frame. Coming back now in the 8th frame. And perhaps making the right adjustment. Not a good result. Should give that a run. Shaden doubles up in the 7th and 8th. Setting things up. Double disaster here on 13 and 14. Couple splits for Higgins and Vandermeer. Higgins, nice pickup. Going to be a little more challenging for Danielle. Shaden looking to set up the 10th, working on a double. So we can get to 222 here. Another great shot, 10 back. Vandermeer will be the first to step up for the 10th frame. All three gives her 200 even. Gaines looking to double up and gets half. All right, conversion for Kendra. She'll give away a few pins here. Still a long way to go. This is just game number 5 of 12 today. Vandermeer back-to-back splits. She's going to give the 210 a run here on lane 13. And we'll get 0, 178. In the 10th, Summer Jasmine starts things off. 278. Higgins gets the first hit in the 10th. She can get to 181. Kendra's going to step up now. 171 max for her. Nice conversion for Summer Jasmine in the unusual challenge. She's going to go to the back, try something on the fill, get to 165. Doubles up. Coming into this game, Higgins was 11th at plus 67. Gaines just ahead of her in 7th place at plus 76. She'll go to the bag as well after the double. Summer Jasmine finishes with 165. Jody Wessner now coming on strong here in the final couple frames after the single pin miss. She can get to 191 here with the last 4. Great shot by Bauer. 10 pin uncooperative. Final shot from Kendra Gaines. Good ball change, great shot. She'll get to 170. Gotta like that look. Ball got down the lane and popped off the spot. Higgins finishes with 179. 189 for Wessner. Good save for Jody. Shaden continuing to strike here, gets the first one. Again, max score for her, 222. Aguiar, nice performance here in game 5. She'll step up into 10th, working on a double, 228 possibility. And the mixer, 7 won't go for Carmen. Still a good effort here in game 5. Bauer strikes on the fill. Fill ball always strikes, 179. Shaden will wrap things up on 13 and 14 with 210. Final shot here. Aguiar. A little bit wide. 204 is the final number. High score on that pair. And players will hit the bricks. Moving on for game number 6. Final game of this opening round here at the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. This is Matt Cannizzaro, minus Emil Williams Jr. Mike Calderon stopping by to say hello as well. Doing good things here for the Brands of Ebonite. And we'll see how those EBI players are doing here in just a minute when we get the standings update after 5 games. Folks, appreciate everybody being here. We're at Boardwalk Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Game number 6 coming up in just one moment. Back now, game number 6. And again, familiar faces, the PWBA Tour. These players really becoming household faces and names. Heather Dorico on lane 13. Shannon O'Keefe, the 4-time champion, on lane 14. Joined by Brittany Himmelreich and Brandy Branca. We saw Brandy make her first TV appearance earlier this season. So starting to get comfortable out here on tour. Our other featured pair, Amanda Green, picked up a title. Got her name on a banner here. Joined by Jennifer Dovers, Danielle McEwen, and Jackie Carbonetto. This will be our final game. Then we'll take a break, get the lanes re-oiled. 6 p.m. Eastern will be our next round of qualifying. That'll make 12 games, and then we'll cut the field down from 76 to the top 32 for tomorrow morning's Cashers round, and that'll be at 8:30 Eastern. Enjoy this opportunity to take a look at the standings after 5 games. Again, the staff, Janelle Milligan, Kathy Watka, doing fast work there in the tournament office. Carolyn Doran-Ballard still leading the way at plus 159, averaging 231.8. The Hall of Famer. Speaking of Tania Milligan, just got a visit to chat about some stats, but back to our standings. CDB leading the way at plus 159. Danielle McEwen here in our featured pair is second at plus 136. Kelly Kulik doing what she does, 248 last game, and she now is in third place at plus 135. Liz Johnson hanging close as well at plus 124. Laura Plazas at plus 117 is fifth. Christina Wendell, plus 103. Shannon Pluhowski up to 7th place at plus 88. Katie Sutphin, just talking to her dad here just a minute ago, Steve Sutphin. They're relatively local now from Mount Dora, Florida area. Just a few minutes from here in Orlando. And Katie has been a regular face on the PWBA Tour, and things not yet falling into place for her. Her dad says a couple more years of mental maturity and working through some physical things. She'll continue to do that, and she's doing very well here in 8th place at plus 82 at 267 in game 5. So nice to see her doing well here, especially with the hometown crowd. And Missy Parkin came a long way from Laguna Hills, California. She is 9th at plus 78, followed by Jackie Carbonetto here on lane 16 right now. Former Junior Team USA member is at plus 73, rounding out the top 10. Shannon O'Keefe, there she is again on lane 14. She is 15th overall at plus 58. Brittany Himmelreich is 23rd at plus 37, so inside that cut number. Brandy Branker right behind her at plus 29. Amanda Green just inside the number. She is at -2. She is 31st. Sarah Mensch is the number right now at -3. Megan Kelly, 33rd. First one out at -15, followed by Ashley Galante and Stephanie Martins at -41. Still not even at the halfway point here. Qualifying at the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. Of our 8 players here in our featured pairs, 7 doing really well here. Heather just struggling a little bit at -100. Looking to make something happen here to wrap up our opening round. Another great shot there by Branka. We saw her in her Wonder Woman jersey earlier this season, our CBS Sports Network debut. Brandy was the runner-up to Rocio Restrepo at the Cubica AMF PWBA Sonoma County Open to start the year. That's a great way to get things going here in 2017. After this game, we'll shut things down, take a break, and come back at 6 p.m. Eastern for the second half of today's qualifying. And as folks start getting off work, if you're in the area, come on out. Boardwalk Bowl, just off UCF, University of Central Florida campus here. final few frames coming up. Everything running smoothly here at Boardwalk Bowl. Great time last week at the Schwabenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Terrific host, Matt Orvis and company. Shut things down for the PWBA and made bowlers feel very welcome. Great host for 4 TV shows. One of those you saw live on Sunday, Liz Johnson winning the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship. And the next 3 will air on July 4th, 11th, and 18th respectively on CBS Sports Network. You'll be able to see the winners of the PWBA Wichita Open, Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open, and the PWBA Greater Detroit Open. Again, history was made. There was some excitement, there were some tears, all good times. So remember to check those out Tuesday nights on CBS Sports Network. All those winners earning spots in the season-ending Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. So that is the goal here. Make the Tour Championship. That'll be the final major of the season. Also where typically Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year are determined. Right now it's all about the PWBA Orlando Open and trying to get a ticket to Plano Super Bowl in Plano, Texas. The 4 finalists will advance to our next round of TV tapings. That'll be on August 6th. Still a long way to go here. We got to get through qualifying, tomorrow's cashers round, and then match play tomorrow afternoon, followed by the group step ladder. After which we will know our 4 finalists for this week's event. Great shot there by Himmelreich. Again, having a nice day so far. She was 23rd at plus 37. Looking to add on to that here. Doubles up in the 7th and 8th. Compared to our right, Kendra Gaines back on track now. After struggling a little bit here on our featured pair. She's working on a 3-bagger. She can get to 248 if she can finish this thing out. Again, if you're in the neighborhood and you want to join us any part of this weekend's action. No charge at the door. Big center, a lot going on. Got families and friends on the other side of the bowling center doing their thing. Parties, open bowling. You want to see the best women in the world. We are here on the low side of Boardwalk Bowl. Things will get exciting tomorrow afternoon as we work our way toward finding out who our 4 finalists will be. Bowling well here in game number 6. Just like that, we are ready for some 10th frame action. Here are our featured pairs. Jackie Carbonetto is going to start things off on lane 15. That loud cheer you heard was Kendra Gaines connecting on her 4th consecutive strike up here to the right. Great shot there by Jackie. She can get to 218. Creep up in the standings just a little bit. 10th right now at plus 73. Looking to break into the top 5 maybe. Another game or 2 like this. O'Keefe first up in the 10th. Gets the first hit. She can get to 221. Carbonetto, 10 pin, 208 max score. Amanda Green trying to hang on to her spot inside the cut line. She was 31st at -2. Cannot get the 5 to go, however. Best she can do here is 174. She's going to lose some sticks and maybe fall a place or 2. A little bit of separation. Once you get past 33rd place. Heather now, 10th frame, can get to 186. Gets the roll of the 10 for the first hit. Carbonetto finishes with 208. O'Keefe, final shot coming up here, 221 possibility. She was 15th at plus 58. She gets 18. Plus 76 for 4-time champ. Kendra Gaines still striking to our right. And 248 possible for her. She was 20th after shooting 170 here on the featured pair. So jump her back up possibly into the top 10 or close. Green finishes with 174. So she'll be right around the number at the halfway point. Heather doubles up in the 10th. Final shot for her coming up, 186 possible. finishes with 3 opens in her last 4 frames. Finishes at 173. She was tied for 50th at -76. Could have made a move there, but struggled in the finish. Jericho finishes with 184. Himmelreich and Branca. Brittany can get to 181 now with a strike on the field. Brandy doubles up, you get to 216. And McEwen will be in the 230s. She was second behind Carolyn Doran Ballard. Coming into this game, CDB at +159. Danielle +136. Again, we'll have a short break after this game. Back at it at 6 p.m. Eastern. Again, nice little reunion happening here. University of Florida past coach Michael Paiva, former teammate of mine, Marcia Klompkin. Anyway, Danielle McEwen finishes with 236, 214 for Branca, 181 for Himmelreich, and that will do it for today's first round of qualifying here at the 2017 PWBA Orlando Open. Second half coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern. So be here live on Extra Frame. We'll have it for you. Standings will be updated in just a minute. PWBA.com or PWBA.com/live for all the details. Folks, my name is Matt Canizaro. We'll be here all weekend long, checking out the action here from Boardwalk Bowl. We look forward to the second half of qualifying coming up soon. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Otherwise, that is the news for now, and we'll see you on the lanes.